Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. It is still a beautiful day riding around Ocean Beach on this particular ride, and I wanted to share it with you. I have done the ride out of Ocean Beach before, and there's a wonderful song attached to that video by Elithios out of Brooklyn, and I'll link to it right here on the page so that you can check that out if you want. It's a much cloudier day. We are leaving Ocean Beach on Sunset Cliffs Boulevard, and it's just paint. Um, and that's not really what I wanted to show you. I wanted to bring you with me through here because it is a little dicey getting out, but we do get to one of the best bike lanes in all of San Diego. Part of why I'm sharing this video with you today is because the footage that I wanted to share with you didn't make it onto the camera. I burned the battery going through Point Loma and past the airport, and I didn't charge it long enough to get everything I wanted. Also, right there when I put my finger up, I was trying to turn the camera off, thinking that I would conserve the battery life for the stretch I wanted to show you. But you know, we wait for a few lights, we're in paint, and there's really only room for one person to go safely, as we're going to see right now. Whoop. No on your left. I got a little scared for a second, but as we looked at a couple of weeks ago, sometimes when you say on your left, it scares people. Sometimes when people say it to me, I might get scared. I'm not sure what etiquette I want to go for with that, because I don't want to get scared. I don't want to scare anybody else. And yeah, you know, we have these bike lanes that only fit so much. They're only so wide. So we need some kind of system, but we also don't want to freak each other out. We want to keep it peaceful. We want to keep it mellow, and we just want to keep going. But here, when we pass the end of the 8 freeway, we get on to this, I'm going to say no frills bike path. You know, they're not going nuts with signage and paint and borders on the side, so we get a little sand here and there. But for my money, this is one of the best places to ride in all of San Diego. This bike path will take you along the San Diego River here. Not as far as you might want to go, but it definitely goes from Ocean Beach, and you could take this to the Sports Arena area. You can get off at Pacific Highway, and that'll take you into the Old Town area. Or if you want to go north from there, you can get to Fiesta Island, Bay Park, Claremont. If you go through Bay Park, you can get to the Rose Creek bike path, which is also absolutely incredible. If you want to go past there, it goes until about the west end of Mission Valley. It lets you out by a couple of Hotel Circle is the spot it lets you out. From there, things get a little less consistent. I would love it if this path, or a path like this, went all the way down the river, all the way into El Cajon. I know that that's asking a whole lot, but I have dreams. We can dream together. I hope that we can do something like that one of these days. This video is only going to take us as far as Morena Boulevard, but I wanted to throw out to y'all, part of the thing with riding on this bike path is we always have to make a decision. How do we want to get up the hill? How do we want to get back to the Uptown area, to the Mid-City area? And there are only so many options. Going from this path down to Washington is a complete nightmare of infrastructure riding on the 101 or Pacific Highway. And even when you get to Washington, you get bike path for about halfway up, and then it dissolves, and then you're on University. I was really hoping to get University. Maybe I'll go out today and do that ride just to show. We could also possibly take Bachman, which is the road that goes up to a hospital. Right now it's closed off for construction, but as I've shown before, we can ride up that and then go into the parking garage, elevator all the way up, and it cuts some of the hill out, but it's still a pretty big slog. Or from here we could go up Presidio Park, and I'm kind of curious, for those who know the area, which ride would you take? Which way up the hill do you want? Do you want Bachman, Presidio, or Washington Street? What's your common route? Which hill do you feel the most comfortable on? Which hill do you want to take? Do you want the challenge? Um, I could also kick around the idea of cutting through Mission Valley and getting over to Texas and going up Texas, which I feel like I've been doing much more lately. But it's a healthy hill. I could bypass where I actually live and go all the way to the 15 freeway, but that's not the most ideal route either. So I'll throw that out to y'all. I wonder, this is something we all have to contend with. And just as we're having this conversation, I love all these other people on the bike path, all those folks, were giving head nods and saying hey and ringing bells. And this is just a super useful path. A lot of folks are on it on any given day. I think that a lot of people use this for commuting. And it's been raining a bunch lately, so we actually have a bunch of water in the river, and there are cranes and all kinds of birds that I don't know how to identify and things like that. Sometimes you see like squirrels and chipmunks darting across here, and it's just a gorgeous view. And this is one of those places, it's like, for all the frustrations we have riding through the built urban environment, something like this, when you can hit this and cover a bunch of miles on it, it just makes it feel that much more worth it. Maybe I'll move that little box down so that's not in your way. There we go. I shimmied it down in the previous section, but for this last part, I'll give you more of a view of that complete sky and those clouds. Thanks for coming along with me. Thanks for being on the ride and any of the rides. I don't say this at all, ever really, but, I guess like and subscribe. I know that everybody on YouTube says that. It doesn't make a difference to me, really, if you do or not. This channel is a resource for people who are riding around San Diego, and a resource for really those in planning and in government, and the people who can actually change and improve these things. But I also love it for the other folks who are just here and enjoying watching bike rides and various infrastructure projects that exist in America's 8th largest city. Thanks for coming along with me, and even if you're just hate watching this video, I'm glad you're here too. I feel like, again, the people who are angry, I understand the anger, I understand the frustration. I think that it's because driving is frustrating, and being in a car gives us a lot of reasons to be angry. And that's something I think about a lot. I had to drive the other day, and I didn't like it, but I was able to turn on the radio, I was able to roll down the windows, and I had half a mind to wear my bike helmet anyway. We gotta figure out how to get rid of that anger and frustration. And I think that the best way to do that is to ride a bicycle and get out in the world and be a little more connected to our surroundings, without a bunch of steel, plastic, and glass surrounding us. We're going underneath some roads here, and we are going to go up a ramp to Marina Boulevard, or to rather Pacific Highway right here. And from here, we are going to head in that Old Town direction, but if you get the chance, let me know. What would you take? Washington, Presidio, or Bachman from here? And I'll take a look in the comments. And from there, I hope that we can drive less and ride a bike. Thanks.